So we've got the OMS Smart Stream harness, and we're just going to go ahead and do a little installation video. So real quick, I just want to walk you through what we have here. So I've got my Smart Stream harness system, and then I've just got a stainless steel backplate. This harness can fit on any backplate, whether it be aluminum or stainless steel of any brand. With the Smart Stream system, they're giving us our quick adjust assembly with one D-ring meant to be on our left hip, and the other assembly is meant to be on our right hip with the buckle here, and that's so that we can go ahead and mount a canister light quickly and efficiently, and then it makes it for real easy removal. One option that we have is we can change out this buckle and throw in another D-ring if we want. As you can see on this assembly, OMS has chosen to use a really thick O-ring to keep the D-ring from falling flat. I've got a lot of customers that opt to remove this O-ring and have more of just a traditional setup. If that's something you like, great. It just pops off real quick and easy. And you can see the only thing that they've added here is a tri-glide with a D-ring. So if it's something that you want to add that on, no big deal. Just buy an extra tri-glide and buy a D-ring. And so I've went ahead and grabbed an extra D-ring here just to show you how that happens. So first thing we need to do is get off the buckle, and you can see this actually is really easy. We're just going to push the webbing through. Remove that buckle like so. So we can see that the webbing is sewn in on this side. So this is where we're going to want to add that tri-glide. Let's tri-glide down first, then D-ring, and then back through the tri-glide. And we want to get this real nice and tight. Then you're just going to pass it back through. The little 3/4 inch nylon webbing. And there you go, bam, extra D-ring. So with installing these guys, you have the option of choosing how far this is going to be riding up your hip. So if I choked on it real tight here, you're going to notice, well, it's real short. For someone with a real small stature, for someone a little bit larger, I might be choking or kind of letting out even more and allowing it like this. My normal start point is about 9 inches. So in this case, it's going to be right about here. We can always trim off any excess once you know that things are done right. One thing I want to note, the reason I like the quick adjust assembly so much is with the gear little belt loop, the belt loop slides in here, offers you some sliding action. Also, Mari's sells the SF2 clip is what they're calling it, and that's made very similar. The downside with those systems is it's just it's a piece of webbing coming through. There's no assembly like this at all. So if I'm going to be using weight pockets, guess what? I am now limited to only being able to slide that webbing just a few inches because the weight pocket is going to run into their little sliding assembly here. So with the OMS quick adjust assembly, I have a lot of recreational customers. They want to add some weight. So we can go ahead and install a weight pocket here. And you would want to do that first before webbing it through the backplate. I'll probably make another video here just showing you guys how to put on a weight pocket, when using the quick adjust assembly. So let's just do it without. So I'm going to grab my tri-glide. I'm going to web it through. You're going to notice that I've got my two sidewalls of that tri-glide here. That's because I'm going to need to web this guy back through like so. I'm now going to go to the back side of the plate, pop it through, grab my little oval, and feed it through the back. Now, I'm just going to tighten it up through the tri-glide. You want this real nice and tight. If you have too much slack, you're going to have movement on that oval slider ring. And as we all know, movement on a backplate is not good. So snug is right. All right, so you can tell we got our little slider on this side. Do the same thing to the other side. So take my assembly, about 9 inches out. Add my tri-glide. It moved on me a little bit. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now, again, through the back plate, through my oval, and back through the tri-glide. I just want to get this guy real nice and tight. Okay. And again, there's our excess that could get tucked underneath or trimmed. So quick adjust assembly is on. Now we need to go ahead and web the shoulders. So this is just the traditional method. Any harness will do, by the way. So if you went ahead and bought the quick adjust assembly as an add-on, great. We start in the back of the back plate, come through, as I'm doing it, I'm realizing the OMS is going to be on the back side. So let me flip this guy real quick just so we get the full effect that OMS wanted, showing off their logo here. Okay. All right, so now shoulder assembly is done. Just gonna pop on my D-rings. So they've given us bent D-rings, which of course is the preferred method here. When doing a D-ring, you're putting your tri-glide through first, facing our D-ring so that the bent section is away from our body. And you're going to adjust this so that it's at armpit height. Do the same thing on the other side. And so with this kit, this was a brand new kit opened right out of the bag. I noticed that they did not give me my O-ring to use as a retainer for my inflator hose. So if this happens to you, you know, you can either give us a call or give your retailer a call where you purchased it at, or you can use shock cord. And I've done that for years prior to the large O-rings becoming so popular. And so with the shock cord, I just tie up a little loop, and that works really well. And we're gonna just eyeball these so that they're roughly even here. Cool. So shoulders are done. Now I need to pass it through. So when passing any type of shoulder through a back plate, we need to make sure that this isn't going to be digging into our side. So if my body is here and I twist this webbing towards my body, guess what? That's going to be real uncomfortable, sharp edge right into my side. So I actually want to be rotating it away from the body. And I'm skipping ahead here just a touch. If you want to go ahead and add your hose or your little retainers here that they supply with it, those retainers just slide on the webbing. These are used to hold down your lights or any other accessories that you are putting on yourself, maybe a little knife or a trilobite. They give you plenty. So we'll just toss 2 on there. And put 2 little retainers on this side. All right, see those little retainers? So imagine your light being clipped off. You can pass the light through the little bungees here and clip it down, and that's gonna hold the D-ring nice and tight. All right, so back to doing the shoulders through the quick adjust. So again, I wanna go away from the body with that twist. Pass it through the oval. That's where we get our sliding from. And then it's going to be going through the slot on the 2-inch webbing on the quick adjust. Let's make sure we get a nice shot of that. So it's curling away from the body, through the oval, and now we're getting our sliding action. Same thing on the left side. Ensuring that it's twisting away from the body, through the oval, and then through the 2-inch webbing on the quick adjust assembly. Okay. Now we can go ahead and put on our belt buckle. So there's, of course, more than one way to do a belt buckle. This is the way I've always done it. I start by going down inside, up through the middle, back down through the end, and then we take all that excess and pass it right through the top loop here again. It's giving it that nice locking. Again, they give us our little retainers. You can pop them on here, and that's going to hold the excess. Of course, trim it as necessary. Once you're in your exposure gear, you've actually put this thing on, you know, and we're not going to trim too much off. All right, last piece of the puzzle, of course, just the crotch strap. So we want to make sure that the D-ring is up in front. And our back D-ring. We're going to pass it through the back plate. And then you're just going to double feed it back through the tri-glide. So what you need to do is give yourself some excess, so you have some room to work. Grab that little tail, and so you can see what I'm doing here. That tail is going through the D-ring. Twisting back up through. So crotch strap tightness, you want this guy snug. Otherwise it's not holding our system nice and taut. But you don't need it so tight that you're deforming your body with the uncomfortable tightness there. And then distance here, I like to do 4 fingers. So as you can see, this one's about 3 fingers right now. So I would extend this out just a touch. That gives me a nice placement for that back D-ring. And we're just going to look at the whole system here. So we've got our shoulder straps webbed up, D-rings at armpit height. If we were going to do the little retainer for our inflator hose, you'd web that through there. We've got our little light retainers on the webbing. That's then through the oval quick adjust assembly, and of course it's twisted away from the body so it's not digging in. Then going through our 2-inch retainer, allowing that slide to take place. Same thing on the right side, D-ring. Notice the positioning, right at chest height, or armpit height rather, being twisted away from the body. Our retainers through the oval, and then through our 2-inch webbing. Crotch strap positioned like so. Belt buckle on the left-hand side. So this is just setting up the quick adjust assembly. This is actually a full SmartStream OMS SmartStream harness system, but you know, if you just purchased the quick adjust assembly, this also will work for you on webbing up it. So hope this was helpful for you guys. Have a great one.